Okay, I'm doing another one of them videos. Can you tell the difference between my eyes? What I'd like you to do is pause the video now before the intro and write down in the comments whether you think that the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette is being used on my A or B. Have a good look. And which one do you think is Urban Decay? A or B? See you in a minute. Well, hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you haven't been here before, then welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a comparison. Oh, why do I do this with my hands every time? And every time I say, why do I do this with my hands? Anyway, today I'm going to be doing a comparison video, and the comparison video is going to be on a recent launch from Makeup Revolution, which is the Iconic Fever palette, which I've already done a video on, but I will link that obviously downstairs. And I'm going to be doing a comparison video against the Naked Heat palette by Urban Decay, because there have been so many people that have sort of said, oh, will you try it, because I've done a video where I said that it was a dupe, and I haven't actually done a comparison video at all yet. So I thought I'll do a look video for you just to see if they do compare, but I'll also do some comparative swatches as well. And I thought rather than do two separate videos, I'll do it all in one. So here we are today. Okay, so now the general rule of thumb that we think, or I think, with the colours that have been duped are literally, if you have a look, if you take off those colours, so if you take off those colours, you can see that there is a similarity in there. It's just a fact that with the Naked palette you're getting 12 colours, but with the Makeup Revolution you're actually getting 15, so you're actually getting bonus colours as well. Obviously you do get a brush with the Naked Heat, which I will use. As you can see, I have already used it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do each eye, and I'm going to use different brushes where I can. Where I've got two brushes the same, I will use one brush for Naked Heat and one brush for Fever, because I don't want to mix at all. So I have obviously done the rest of my makeup already, and I will go in and just explain each colour that I'm doing as I'm using it. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. Oh, you poor monkeys. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do Makeup Revolution on this eye, and I'm going to do Iconic. No, I'm not. I'm going to do Naked Heat on this eye. So I'm going to take this brush first. I'm going to dip it into the base colour. And see how we go. I've already put my primer on. I've done everything that I need to do. Apart from my eyes. Okay, so that is the Iconic Fever. So I will now take this brush and I will dip it into Ounce, which is in the Naked Heat. I know it's not the right brush to do this, but it's like I needed to have two brushes that were the same so that they wouldn't contaminate one another. It's easy now, I can use the mirror. Okay, so far so good. Doesn't really look like there is much of a difference. I'm just looking in my mirror down here. Okay, so I've got two brushes here. So I'm going to be using this in my crease. This is obviously on the Naked Heat side. The colour that I'm using is Chaser. This is just to darken up the crease. Now you guys know that I'm not known for my looks. My looks as being beautiful and my makeup looks. In both senses of the word. You just know that I'm a girl who loves makeup. Okay, so that's the Naked Heat. And then I will use the corresponding colour, which is this one here, in the Fever palette. Again, very, very similar. So far, I can honestly say, let me just take the brush to go in on that one again. They look pretty darn similar to me. They really do. Okay, so just to darken it up somewhat, I'm going to be using Sourced, which is the third colour along, just to give it a little bit of dark. Just to, I say a little bit, there was quite a lot went on that brush. It's a very, very, very warm toned. The whole palette is warm toned, obviously, which is where the name Heat comes from. I do love my warm colours. Okay, and then I will be using in the Makeup Revolution palette, I will be using this colour here, because that's the corresponding colour apparently. Yeah, that's definitely. Blend, 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 blend. Just need to dip in a little bit more. Blend this one out a little bit more. So far I would say that the Naked Heat one is a little bit more pigmented on the mattes. But you know, you're literally paying £4 for a palette here. So, you know, if you're having to work at it a little bit more, then I'm not that bothered if it's going to give me the same look. Okie dokie. Somewhat. Okay, so to darken up just my outer corner, I'm going to use this Enfresco, which is, move over here, move over here, move over here. I'm going to use Enfresco, which is this colour here. And it is literally just to darken up the outer corner. Just a little tiny bit more. I'm just using that just to lift up my crease a little bit, because my eyes are very, very droopy. If you're like me and your eyes are very droopy because you're old, we all get there in the end. We all become old. It is part of life, unfortunately. Sometimes you know, I've got hooded eyes, so I have to do something to lift this up, because otherwise, you know, my eyes just sink. And yes, I know it's not fantastic, but hey, I am what I am. And then in the corresponding palettes, I'll be using this one here, which is the same colour, or supposedly the same colour. I'm not using the same brush, I'm using a similar brush. Yeah, that's pretty pigmented. Let's just use this to blend it out. Yeah, you can see that is pretty pigmented. No getting away from that at all. Just bring that over into my lid. Do you know, so far I'm pretty happy with that. I am pretty happy with that. That is really good. I'm going to just run underneath my eye. So what I'll do is I'll use one side of this brush and then one side of the other. And under my eye I'm going to be using He Devil, which is this colour here. Literally just the tiniest amount ever. Which you can't actually see. Okay, what I'm going to do, use my brush cleaner just to make sure that no contamination. Right, now He Devil is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that will be, in this palette, that will be that one there. So, again, just a small dab. Oh, I think I've taken a bit too much there. I think so far they're pretty on par with each other, if I'm honest. Pretty on par. So what I'm going to do now is just to go over the lid, I'm just going to use the Sourced again, which is this one here, just to give it a little bit of depth. There is quite a bit of fallout, so taking a fluffy brush just to blend it in on the lid, because I will then put my shimmer over the top. And then with the other brush, so that was sourced, so in this palette, that will be 1, 2, 3, that'll be that one there. Yes, I know I'm using a fluffy brush, but it's because I want to blend it out on my eye rather than... You can see on my lid that it's come across as being a lot warmer on this side here as compared to this side. So I'm just going to dip in again. I think it's because the colour isn't quite as warm in the pan. I don't know. It's not quite as orangey, if that makes sense. I'm going to use Scorched, which is this colour here. I'm just going to pack that on. Beautiful. Will be this one here. So let's just oh, now that is pretty. That is really pretty. I'm just going to pick up a bit more because the brush is not the same, so it's not picked up, because there's slight fluffiness on the other brush that I've used. Where you go? Are you there? So this is like slightly fluffier, and it's actually picked up a bit more product. Okie dokie. Luminaire on, which is like this beautiful rose gold colour, and I'm just going to put that here. Oh wow, look at that. That is just stunning. Oh my gosh. That has just got this beautiful like rose gold look to it. It's just beautiful. I don't know if you can see. It's just... Oh my word. This will be the one, the corresponding colour. I will say that the Makeup Revolution ones do seem a bit more wet in the pan, if that makes sense, so they're not quite so drying. Okay, now pretty, not 100% identical. I mean, it could be that it's because of the brush. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to clean the brush off, because I think the only fair representation I can do of this is to use that same brush. So, all gone. It is just a slight difference. But if you didn't know that I was doing a comparison video, you would not know. I don't think, personally, I don't think you would know that they were two different palettes that I were wearing. They are very, very similar, and I would say that the difference is so marginal that I honestly don't think you could tell. So let's just blend. So I'm going to be using Chaser, which is what I used in my lid, just to blend the edges. This is easier than... Do you know, I'm really impressed. I am so impressed. It's just absolutely beautiful. Now the only downside is... Oh, hang on. Yeah, right. I'm going to use Ounce. I'm going to use that in my inner corner. I did use that as my base colour all over my lid, but... hey ho. This has got a slight shimmer to it. And then let's use Makeup Revolution side. There. So those are the colours done. So yeah, I'm going to just zoom in. So you can see that this one looks slightly more warmer, and this one's slightly deeper. But I tell you what, considering this one is like a £4 palette and this one is a £43 palette, or is it 41? Or is it 39? Do you know what? I'm just going to double check that. It's £39.50. So you might as well just round it up and say here's 40 quid. So this side is 10% in cost, that side. And yes, I think you could build this up to be as strong as this side. But do you know what? I really like it. I think that is just amazing. I can't believe how close they are. They've done it again. They really have done it again. It's just, yeah, astounding. So anyway, I'm going to be doing some swatches now so that you can see. And I'm also going to go and finish off my makeup, and I'll be right back. I just went to put my eyeliner on. That ain't gonna work, is it? Okay, so there you go. Those are the swatches. Yeah, alright, so they're not necessarily the same on every single colour when you swatch them. But I tell you what, they're really close and I'm really quite impressed. So, yeah, one more look of the eye so that you can see. I really apologise about the dodgy makeup. So this side is Urban Decay. And then this side is Makeup Revolution. So there you go. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me on this little trial video, on this tryout video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed filming it. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoy these sorts of videos, so if I can do any more of these, I most certainly will. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and if you haven't been here before, then please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget, I have my giveaway that's going at the moment, and once I reach 1,500 subscribers, I will be drawing a winner. So, yeah, be a good move to subscribe. Anyway, you take care for now. See you later. Bye.